afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for May 16th, 2021, Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Truth is for all of us to be in truth and not to sway from it is absolutely paramount in this transitional time here on this planet. First of all, the transitional time is unprecedented in the history of this planet. So the energies and the frequencies are at a very high vibration. You are all pervading, all transcending reality, so behave accordingly, Nisargadatta. So all of us are all pervading, all transcending reality. And throughout our entire lives, we are programmed by the system to believe that we were limited in power, intelligence, and energy. Everyone around us believed that they were limited too. So they unconsciously passed on their limited understanding of life to us. They didn't do it purposely. You know, our parents truly thought they didn't always have access to an infinite source of love, abundance, healing, and joy, which is why they may have behaved less than with deep eternal love with us. And now that we are a more mature, enlightened adult, the most important thing for all of us to realize with all of our heart and soul is that we are infinite spiritual beings with absolute unlimited potential. We are the light of pure consciousness itself. And this divine energy is absolutely unlimited in its potentiality. It can create, it can imagine and experience anything. And it is connected to a higher intelligence and love that is much, much, much greater than all of us. And when we realize this truth, we surrender to it and gain access to manifest anything that we could possibly imagine. And with accepting and embracing this one simple idea all throughout our day, many miraculous things will begin flowing into our lives. There was a fascinating science experiment done on fleas many years ago. There's a great example of how people can be tricked into believing they are small, limited beings. Fleas have the ability to jump 200 times the size of their body, meaning they can leap about 13 inches into the air. So they took a group of fleas and they placed them into a closed jar that was only a few inches tall. Every time the fleas would jump, they'd hit the glass lid with their heads and fall back down to the bottom of the jar. They quickly learned that there was a glass ceiling in their life, and they simply could not jump higher than a few inches. After a few weeks, they took the young fleas out of the jar, placed them on the ground where the fleas continued to jump only a few inches high. They learned that their powers were limited and believed the glass ceiling was still above their heads. Chances are very high, excuse me, that every person we have met in our lives has lived their entire life with a glass ceiling over their head. This has made us believe that we also have a glass ceiling, or that we should have one and fit in like everyone else. The deeper truth is that the spiritual being that we all are does not have any limitations and will never have limitations. And on the road to realizing our unlimited potentiality, we must be very aware of that imaginary glass ceiling. And it often feels like an emotional and mental roadblock. There are belief systems that we didn't even know we had, where we fight to keep our smallness instead of letting go and trusting that we are all eternal beings who are unlimited and have unlimited access to all the power, energy, and intelligence we could ever desire. Pleasure or pain are aspects of the mind only. Our essential nature is happiness. It's our natural state of being. But we have forgotten the self and imagined that the body or the mind is the self. It is that wrong identity that gives rise to misery. Ramana Maharishi. The only reason anyone becomes super serious, overwhelmed, or worried about their life is because they are lost in the mind. They simply forgot how to access their soul and its enlightened infinite energy. Once we get a glimpse, a few milliseconds is all we need, we gain insight into the unlimited power that we all truly are. One moment, we completely shatter our imaginary glass jar. In one moment of our lives, we can break free. We can understand that we are unstoppable. We can feel that everything we want is easily manifested. Now, this may be a hard concept to understand until we take off the lid and stop buying into the belief system that we are all limited in any way. This higher path is about redefining ourselves as a being who is undefinable. We have an unlimited imagination and infinite thoughts at our disposal. Every thought we think counts on this journey. If you attach yourself to one thought that makes you feel poor, small, and powerless, one day you will have to abolish that thought and have to rip it out from its roots to become the undefinable, infinite soul every single one of us truly are. The greatest journey of this life is not outwards, yet inwards. On this path towards realizing the amazing, all-powerful, manifesting beings that we are, we must come across the habit to creating limiting ideas, just so that we can know what the unlimited is like. Our job is simply to practice releasing them back out into the universe the moment we find one. The moment we find these limiting ideas. And for example, you might have told yourself you were a victim to some challenging life circumstance. You may have believed that you were alone, broke, overweight, unable to manifest a great job, unhappy, isolated, or financially stuck. Welcome these thoughts. Understand how they created a limited experience of this life, and then let them go. Allow yourself to expand back into the unlimited spiritual being that each of us truly are, that you are. Always watch out for the slippery tendencies of the mind. The mind is full of excuses and reasons to remain stuck on limiting ideas. Think about all that I'm sharing. And these are limiting ideas about who we are, who each of us are, how we view ourselves. The mind abhors peace, deep silence, and penetrating stillness. The mind doesn't like that. Do you think the mind likes you to meditate? Heck no. It would do anything to have you not meditate. It would rather make up a new lie than surrender to the divine truth. Don't pay too much attention to your mind. Just notice what are the defined limiting beliefs that you really want to release from your life. This is your main job that will lead you into freedom. It's good to know that the mind tends to repeat the patterns and habits from our past. It tends to repeat the patterns and habits from our past. So it's not your fault that you believe you are limited. Your parents and their grandparents most likely had very similar limiting beliefs about life, health, abundance, spirituality, and what is the foundation of reality. And to become free from your lineage of mortal beliefs requires your absolute devotion to freedom. You will need 100% dedication to a completely radical and rebellious new you if you wish to break out of this old hard glass jar, crack through every glass ceiling in your mind, and you will find a path that leads to an exquisite love, empowerment, and freedom. The normal self is the mind. The mind is with limitations, but pure consciousness is beyond limitations and is reached by investigation into the I. Ramana Maharishi. Now, perhaps the biggest joke in all of this is that at our very core, we are already connected to the God source. We already have full access to an unbelievable universe of divine, unlimited energy, love, freedom, and power. It's already available to us right in this now. And the only question is how to get in touch with this power and remain connected with it throughout your day. And this happens organically and naturally through the process of being curious about who you are. Self-inquiry is all about patiently and persistently unraveling yourself. This is done by asking yourself sincerely, who am I? Who am I? Have you ever asked yourself that? I think most of us have. Watch your words, your responses, your desires, and notice what thoughts, feelings, and beliefs you tend to focus on. The key here is to get quiet enough so that you can really hear what's going on in your heart and head. By remaining constantly curious, we don't have time to formulate a limited opinion about ourselves. It's all about dropping all limited ideas about who we think we are and explore what it feels like to be unlimited. And the curious mind cannot stay stuck in a limiting idea if it arises. It is here to imagine that anything is possible and that we can do anything that we can imagine. Feel what remaining curious is like. Feel what remaining curious is like. Be curious about what it's like to have no boundaries on what you can do with your life. Imagine that we just weaved a magic wand over the next 3 years of your life and realize that there is nothing stopping you, any of us, from creating anything we could ever want, need, or desire. And this is all about our willingness to be curious enough to imagine the impossible. We deserve to live a life filled with absolute love, joy, empowerment, health, and abundance. And just say, yes, Bill, you do. Yes, Jane, you do. You are the subtle cause of the entire universe. Excuse me. All is because you are. Grasp this point firmly and deeply and dwell on it repeatedly. To realize this as absolutely true is liberation. What you need will come to you, Nisargadatta. You are the subtle cause of the entire universe. All is because you are. Grasp this point firmly and deeply and dwell on it repeatedly. To realize this is absolutely true is liberation. What you need will come to you. Living as the infinite, unlimited being we all are is activated through doing what inspires us every single minute of our day and evening. Do exactly what makes your heart sing, and do not stop acting on this inspired feeling ever, ever, ever. Make inspiration to your God. Trust 1,000% wherever your heart and intuition is leading you. Do this, and you are already out of the glass jar. Truly, there is nothing holding any of us back from having an unlimited experience of this life but our own imagination. Stop doubting the voice inside who is showing you what is the greatest thing you could be doing with your life. This voice may make you tremble with fear. Yet if you drop deeper down inside your being, all fear is excitement in disguise. Every fear can turn into the greatest guidance when you consciously step into it. Make the choice to move out of your comfort zone and shatter that glass ceiling you're so used to having. It's time to abandon all your inhibitions and truly go for what you truly want in this life. Now is the time to take the risk to step into being the unlimited being we all truly are. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I am sure that we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is to relax our bodies. You are not the body. None of us are the body. That's part of our glass jar, believing that we are the body. You are the God. You are pure consciousness in that body. So you can kind of through the heart, you can look at the body and watch it as it leans into you, the God. It just sets back and leans into you, and you cradle your body. You cradle the body. And so the body just begins to release all the tension, the fear, the anxiety, the stress, the worry, the confusion, all of it. And it just pours off of the body. And the body becomes weightless, has no heaviness, because it knows that it is in the arms of the God, you. And so what this does is it allows the body and you to move into the now. And the now is all we have. We don't have a past because the past is dead. Those were now moments that are now gone. We extract the experience, we store the experience in our subconscious mind. That's it. We don't have a future because we create the future in the now. But we all reminisce. We all have memories. I mean, that's part of the fun of this life. To experience things in this life and then to carry those memories in our library, in our subconscious mind. And every now and then visit them. Blow the dust off of the book cover, open the book, and experience that and reminisce. Put the book back up on the shelf and move forward into the now. Some of us, though, will go into that past, and to me it's like an elephant graveyard. It is just a bunch of carcasses and bones. It's still, it's foggy, it's really dank. And we sit there, and we live it. And we live it so long that we take it into a future that doesn't exist, and we create that future out of that past, and we relive that past in that future. And this is why a lot of us question ourselves and say, it's really familiar. Why is it whatever I do, doesn't matter what I do, I seem to end up here? That's why. Some of us will wonder. Wondering is great. Wonder and dream. But wander. Some of us will wander into a future that doesn't exist and constantly, non-hesitatingly, ask ourselves, when is this going to happen? When am I going to have this? When am I going to have that? It's almost a hurried type of energy that some people experience when they go into the future. When is this going to happen? I need to know, when is this going to happen? When am I going to have this? What happens if this happens? Okay? But wondering and dreaming is absolutely phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Wondering and dreaming, absolutely phenomenal. So the now stills the ego and the mind, being in the now. It stills subconscious mind. And that's a place of natural state in the now. We're only focused on every single moment, the space between heartbeats. That's it. We're not focused on the past. We're not visiting a future that doesn't exist. We are dreaming and imagining in the now moment. And in the now could be anything. You could be washing your hands. In that moment, that's what you're focused on. And then it becomes the past. Moment to moment. You'd be amazed once you practice that. Being in the now. Even though the ego mind will pull at you. You can't be in the now. You've got to be in the future. You've got to be in the past. What are you doing in the now for? Get out of there. It's boring. So you are the master and commander of that body. You're the God. You're the pure consciousness. That's never going to change, by the way. You are divine perfection. Your God, you, the God, doesn't change, ever. It will never change because it's divine perfection. So we enter these bodies in physical forms. Why? To determine, to discover who and truly what we are. And along the way, we do that by creating our experiences and perfecting our creation. So how do we stay in the now? I ask that, I've had people ask me that quite a few times. How in the heck do you expect me to stay in the now? I don't expect you to do anything. You got to figure that out, how you stay in the now. Your breath. It's real simple. You see, it's like, okay, so I wander off with these thoughts. We've got tens of thousands of thoughts running around all the time, every single moment. They're like clouds in the sky. Sometimes we'll grab one and we'll take a ride with it. And most of the time it's not our thought. But when we know that, because it isn't a bad thing, we just know it and we say, Okay, so I wandered off with these thoughts. I have no reason to understand why. They don't even seem familiar. But I'll focus on my breath, my divine positive energy. And every single time you do that, 3,000% of the time, you're in the now. And it's just practice. It's practicing it. Sometimes I practice it 100, 200, 300, 400 times a day. But it's just practice. And I guarantee you get to a certain level of understanding, it'll be automatic. You've been autopilot. Every time a thought carries you away, you'll focus on the now through your breath. And you'll be in the now. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, not a year from now, not 5 years from now, not 10 years from now. Only the now. And it eliminates your hurriedness. It eliminates your worry. It eliminates your fears, your stresses. It eliminates. That's what I mean by when we say it stills the mind and the ego and the subconscious mind. There's no other place to be. Contrary to popular belief in this civilization, most of us are in that glass jar. How many of us are going to decide to break the jar and go beyond the glass jar? Now, you look at the body, you look at your body. I don't know, how often do you look at your body? I know that sounds kind of strange. I don't mean from the outside with your eyes. I mean from your God point. So you see the body, and then you look at the body, and you see these energy vortexes. They're like conduits, and they're all wheels of beautifully colored, vibrant lights. And there's mainly 7 going through the center of the body. There are others, but we'll focus on the 7. And you see that there's a red one. Well, look at that. It's a red flower. And they're all different shapes, colors, and sizes. And geometrical symbols in the center of it. So what are they? Well, the first one, and this is you, the God, you flow through these in the body. So we have the root chakra. It's right at your tailbone. These are not like pieces of wood that you can pick up and move around. They're etheric, which means they're in the spiritual plane. And they're connecting your physical body to that plane so that the God can maneuver in that body. So the Muladhara root chakra, red, right? This is our survival. Our survival is what? Food, water, finances right now, because we use money as a tool, a vehicle. Our mind sense of belonging. And our emotional issue is survival. And its physical association are the spine, the rectum, the legs, the arms, and the circulatory system. What blocks it? What blocks it? It's good to know what blocks this. How are we blocking these energy vortexes? Fear, the survival of the root chakra, and it's blocked by fear. If you're with a group of people and you have to depend on each other to survive, those who move into fear will panic and perish. Just about every time. So then we move to the orange wheel of life. The sacral chakra, the Vadasthana. This is a good one. It's our pleasure, enjoyment in this life, our sexuality. And, it's our emotion. It's a sense of abundance, our emotional issue, sense of abundance, well-being, our pleasure and our sexuality, physical association, reproductive organs, kidneys, bowels, and immune system. And what blocks this energy vortex? Guilt. Guilt. I know all of us have been where everything's working, right? Everything's just flowing. You feel absolutely marvelous. You really aren't thinking about anything. You're just floating, enjoying every moment,
And then all of a sudden, like a dark cloud comes in, and you get this feeling in your heart. And it's kind of forlorning and scary and fearful. And it kind of comes in, and you go, oh, geez, I don't know if I deserve to be this happy. I don't know how long, this isn't going to last forever. So I better enjoy it while I can because it'll pass. See? And what is that? That's the ego mind. Instead of saying, this is my natural state of being. This is my joy and happiness 24/7. There's no way this is going to go away unless I allow my ego mind to take it away. And then we have the yellow wheel of light. This is the solar plexus chakra, the Manipura. This is our personal power. It's our ability to be confident and in the flow of our lives. And it's our self-worth. Our emotional issues are self-worth, self-confidence, and self-esteem. Many on this planet, those areas are very low. Physical association, central nervous system, pancreas, liver, digestive tract, and skin. What blocks it? What blocks our solar plexus chakra? Shame. Shame blocks our willpower, which is an illusion, which is only a thought. And if we move it and create it, we move energy into form, create it in reality, that thought becomes a reality. Then we move to the green wheel of light, the emerald green wheel of light. That is our heart chakra, our anahata. It's our ability to love. Our emotional issues connected to this chakra, love, joy, and inner peace. Our physical association, heart, thymus, lower lungs, circulatory system, immune system. What blocks our love? Grief. While you're in grief, you block all love. We move to the blue wheel of light. This is our throat chakra, our Vishuddha. It's our ability to communicate. Emotional issues are communication, self-expression of feelings, the truth. And that's what the Vishuddha is. It represents our truth. And it's our physical association in our bodies is the thyroid, respiratory system, teeth, and vocal cords. What blocks it? What blocks our truth? Lies. Our love, our truth is blocked by lies. Our love by grief. Our willpower by shame. Our pleasure by guilt. Our survival by fear. And then the indigo wheel of light, the third eye chakra, the ajna. This is our ability to focus on and see the big picture. Emotional issues are our intuition, imagination, wisdom, ability to think and make decisions. And our physical association, pituitary gland, eyes, and sinuses. And at the top of our heads, the crown chakra, the Sahasrara, the seventh chakra. This is our direct connection, full connection to the God that we are, to spirituality. And our emotional issues are inner and outer beauty, our connection to spirituality and pure bliss. And our physical association, pineal gland, brain, nervous system. What blocks it? What blocks our God flow through these bodies? What blocks that direct connection to the pure consciousness, the God, which is basically cosmic energy? It's blocked by ego attachment. So we've watched as we bring our divine positive energy, our breath, and our God force love light energy, the gods that we are in these bodies, all the way to the top of the head. And we're like a virtual spring, a fountain, energy fountain. And this constant circular motion of our God force in these bodies starts at the root chakra, goes all the way up the center of the body, and then literally fountains over the head, and then comes back down, and does this continuously through the root chakra all the way up through the 7 chakras. And we hold this energy. We are God, we are love, and we are one. And in that brief moment, we condense and compress these energies into pure, liquid, omnipotently powerful energy. And then we release it over our pineal glands. And our pineal glands are really important for us while we're in these physical forms because they connect us to all the particles of existence. Everything. Now, none of us really have a fully healthy, happy, flowing, full energy pineal gland. But we will. They're functioning. We have our pineal glands are functioning, but at a low level. Now, you can see the pineal gland, how you see it in your Heart, Minds, Motion picture. I see it as a rosebud, a ball, a green ball. And as soon as I pour this omnipotently powerful liquid energy over it, it immediately transforms. It's like instantaneously into this massive rose with multicolored petals and emitting a phenomenal fragrance. And I'm not speaking when this happens. I'm not thinking. I'm just in the heart. And so it sends out these waves that are they're indescribable. When they come to me, saturate me, and fill me of just a magna-glorious, deep, eternal love, and a deep, eternal peace, and a deep, eternal gratitude. And it's not fleeting. It's constant. And it's phenomenally powerful. So it's like I'm floating. I'm not thinking at all. All of that is no longer present. And I'm filled with this. And then I begin to realize is that I'm the rose and the rose is me. So it's my God, communicating with me of who I am, not the body. And we're all of us are consciously aware, or we wouldn't be here, that we are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And these bodies that we're in, the heart mind, the ego mind, the subconscious mind, the God, the pure consciousness, the higher self, the soul, the spirit, all one. And we are heaven on this earth, literally heaven on this earth. The soul is the heaven. The body is the earth. And every single step that any of us make, one foot in front of the other, we are creating paradise. And this is eternal. And we've learned to shine our God-light energy outward. 360 degrees, fanning out in a complete circle and affecting everything and everyone and all life, the highest supreme value universe. And all of us are flooding this planet in this now with this God force love light energy. to the very core of this mother, the planet? Everywhere. In this planet, this solar system, in this galaxy, and in this universe and beyond. It's not something that we don't have that we have to look for. It's something that we are, but most of us haven't discovered yet. We are literally, not figuratively, transforming this planet and civilization of those who are consciously aware into a much higher frequency. Some of us are already there. Others are soon to follow. Others will stay asleep for a bit longer. Now, we're all one. We are all with each other. We are all connected in an unbreakable link. We always have been, always will be, ever, beyond, and forever. So there are parts of us, the collective consciousness, the God, the pure consciousness, that are awake, somewhat awake. There's others that aren't awake. They are fast asleep. So we seek out the parts of ourselves that are somewhat awake. So, such as the archangels, cherubim, seraphim, archetypes, the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Christ, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua, many, many, many more. Now, the archangel civilization have vibrated a different frequency than we do. Now, we don't see them with these eyes like we see each other. But we do meet them. And sometimes we recall it, because after the meeting with them, it dawns on us that just, and it comes from the heart, that wasn't just a regular meeting. That was an angel. That's phenomenal. And they have the same message, but they deliver it in numerous ways. But it always boils down to one thing. Isn't it absolutely marvelous, fantastic, stupendous, magna-glorious to be alive in these bodies? There's no arguing that at all. Only when you start allowing the ego mind to start judging your external world. Now, they can surround any one of us in the tens of thousands. Because of their vibrational frequency, they can house a large number in a small area. Period. And that's bliss. And ascended masters have mastered ascension into physical form, out of physical form, hold pure consciousness, God form. We have ascended into physical form, or mastering physical form, creating our experiences to perfect our creation. And some of us, just some of us, may figure it out that we are the light. So that when we decide to leave these bodies, we will know we're the light, so we will not follow the light. We will not go into the light. Now, we reach out to all of the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath earth. Yet, only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and the absolute, complete liberation of this planet. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now consciously. We call upon all of the light energy beings out there that are in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming of this circle of light, and the complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. Now, they come in the Gugaplexes. One Gugaplex fills this entire universe with no sacred space to spare. They come in trillions of Gugaplexes from trillions of universes from every direction. But we all understand that in all of this assembly of parts of ourselves, that all of us must be consciously aware that we are of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, which means always. And in the trillions, they are with us now consciously. We call upon all the off-worlders, all the galactics, all the celestials, yet only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, of deepest, 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 eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, form this circle of light, complete liberation of this planet. Now, we're only familiar with a smidgen of them. Over 1,000 travel through the solar system every day. Trillions throughout the universes every day. The ones that we're somewhat familiar with, the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Feline, the Zeta Reticuli, the Nords, the Greys, the Draco, the Reptilian, the Golden Pyramid, the Avian, and many, many, many more. They've been assisting us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And they, in the trillions, are with us now, consciously. We call upon all of our loved ones, all those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and complete liberation of this planet. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now. We call upon all the light energy beings that have decided to be in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever on this planet. They come in shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations of which we've never seen before, not with these eyes. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming this circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet. Now, we're only familiar with a smidgen of them. The fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the Pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And in the trillions, they are with us now consciously. So we're all gathered arm in arm, hand in hand, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy,
peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one. And we're all God. And we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify. And it continues to expand. We all immediately form a massive circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. This light emanates from the gods that each of us are in these bodies. It is a God force, love, light, energy. It is pure consciousness. And this circle of light is pure, deep, eternal love. Pure, deep, eternal gratitude. Pure, deep, eternal peace. And it's flooding all life, the highest supreme value in the universes. Everyone on this planet, head to toe, inside now. This is always, when you become consciously aware, and through the heart-mind, that this is what you truly are, it will be absolutely spectacular. And we're flooding everything, everywhere. The circle of light. We begin to ascend above the planet. As we do, we come into full contact with a massive ocean of glitter, and it's everywhere. It's reflecting these, microscopic little mirrors that are reflecting all of us back and forth. Beautiful, vibrant, trillions of different kinds of colors. And we look at these mirrors and we move into them. And we discover that it is all the parts of us gathered here. That we are the teachers and the students of each other. That we are learning continuously, perpetually, from and teaching to each other. It never ends. It is absolutely phenomenal. As we continue to ascend, we're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the purple, violet, blue flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that reminds us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is a column of light that reminds each and every single one of us that from head to toe, inside and out, we are imbued with a white fire armor that cannot be penetrated, violated, destroyed, depleted. This emanates from the God force, love, light, energy inside these bodies. No demon possessions, no apparitions, no attachments, period. No lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies. Ever. Yet. Only you. Only you. Only you have the power. That, if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency, whether consciously or unconsciously, through hatred, greed, envy, fear, worry, stress, anxiety, dishonesty, you lower your frequency low enough so to create a breach in your white fire armor to allow all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Now, if you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with a purple transmuting flame. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutralized substance, send them to pure consciousness where they are literally vaporized and are no more. We are then met with the violet ray. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. And we can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our highest of the highest high
of vibrational harmony and frequency, of pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with a golden white pink light. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we are the sun. We are the sunlight. We are the rain, the rainbows. We are the trees, the forests, the skies, the clouds, the sunsets, the sunrises, the animals, the soils, the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. We are everything, and everything is us. So the next time you see a sunset or a sunrise, or any vista, any magnificent view, it is you. You're the beauty. You're the divine perfection. You're the God. We continue to ascend above this planet. As we do, some of us leave our physical form and hover effortlessly above them if we're carrying physical form. And why do we do this? Well, it's because we can. We come in immediate contact with a massive crystalline light tower, of which we created. It sets right in front of us, larger than the solar system. And we see in the center of the column this massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is this golden white ball of light. And it's surrounded by numerous beautiful, vibrantly colored rings of light. And we notice that they're all sending out waves of this warm, penetrating, sparkling mist. And it saturates and floods us all, head to toe, inside and out. It's just absolutely stupendous. And of course, the golden white ball is pure, deep, eternal love. And then we have pure, deep, eternal gratitude. And then we have gentleness, kindness, bliss, joy, peace, generosity and humbleness, well-being, great wealth, great prosperity, tranquility, benevolence. It's unending. And all of these waves that saturate us from head to toe, inside and out, are us, are the gods that we are, our natural state of being. At the top of this column, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, as it's doing right now, as it continually does it eternally, always. This is pure, deep, eternal love. It's flooding all of us constantly, head to toe, inside and out. Sit in silence and feel that vibrational frequency, which doesn't end and doesn't deplete. That's pure bliss. This is flooding everyone, all life, the highest supreme value universe, on this planet, in it, above it, and below it. We cannot not ascend. We're always ascending. Some faster than others, some slower than others, but we are all ascending. We are drops of this golden ocean. We also carry the essence of this golden ocean. The golden ocean is the drops are the golden ocean. The only illusion is separation. We then see our meditative sphere. It's that center circle. We all created this sphere over 3 years ago. It holds almost 1,400 of our meditations in perpetual motion. With the hundreds of millions of us on and off planet, in this meditation, consciously aware of who and what we are, saturating all of us. All life, the highest supreme value universe, never ending, eternal, with this super high vibrational frequency. That's why this meditative sphere can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. This is why it continues to intensify, and this is why it continues to expand. Do you feel through your heart mind? Do you feel through your heart mind? The normal self is the mind. The mind is with limitations, but pure consciousness is beyond limitations and is reached by investigation into the I. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out.
easy. Take an easy breath in through the nose. An easy breath out through the mouth. Move slowly and easily. You are the subtle cause of this entire universe. All is because you are. Grasp this point firmly and deeply and dwell on it repeatedly. To realize this as absolutely true is liberation. What you need will come to you. Take this for the rest of the day with you, throughout the evening and night, and the following morning. And we will return here May 17th, 2021, Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our Global Guided Meditation Bowl.